Hello guys, I'm going to try to make this video as quick as I can. I'm going to put a link in the description below of the video that I watched today of all of the points that I'm going over right now in this video. I was watching a video done by True News. He was interviewing Israeli True News or True News Israeli. No, it's Israeli True News. Now whether you agree or disagree with these guys is not the point. The point is they had a lot of facts and information from Jewish people that they know personally and through books that Jewish people have written. Um, First off, I'm going to state I have a lot of concern for the Christian community and how much faith and hope that they put into Donald Trump, our president. I think a lot of the Christian community is they're just putting too much faith and hope into this man. And if you disagree with them in any way against Donald Trump, then you are automatically a demonic Democrat. And I think that is wrong to label anybody that disagrees with Donald Trump on any level a demonic Democrat. Because not all of us that disagree with Donald Trump are necessarily liberal or Democrats. So with that being said, the points that they were talking about how the Jewish community and the Kabbalah that they do, aka Gematria, and how the Jewish people believe that Donald Trump is like this King Cyrus type figure, Messiah. Now think about that for a minute. Think about that really long and hard for just a minute. That the Jews think Donald Trump is the Messiah. And I had a Christian not very long ago tell me that the Jewish community and the Christian community are not very different. Well, they must not know that much about Jewish people, especially not the Jews nowadays, because the Jews don't believe that they don't believe that Jesus has come yet. So when the Antichrist comes, they're going to believe that he's the Messiah. Okay? Now, there was an article not very long ago, and I did a video on it that has about 2-3 hour long video of a man talking to Donald Trump about the same situation, that the Jews believe through Gematria that he is the Messiah. And they told him, they said, well, ask Jared Kushner. Ask Jared Kushner, Donald Trump. He'll let you know everything. You know Jared Kushner, the one that lives on 666 Avenue Street? You know that one? You know? We really need to think about these things when you put your hope and your faith in a man. You know, and a lot of Christians will say, oh, I'm not putting my faith and hope in Donald Trump. Well, how come every time somebody says something against Donald Trump, you're so flared up about it? I mean, let's just be real here. A lot of the Christian community are borderline worshiping and idolizing Donald Trump. Let's just be honest. You know, the Christian community needs to be focusing on spreading the gospel, reading their Bible, praying to God, building their relationship closer and closer with the Lord Jesus Christ, because bottom line, Jesus Christ is going to be the only one that can fix this. Not Donald Trump, not Obama, not Hillary, not Bernie Sanders, because our government is so corrupted on both sides that the only thing that's going to fix this is Jesus coming back. And no, the Christian community is not like the Jews, or vice versa. We're not anything close to like the Jews are. Let's not forget, the Jews killed Jesus. And yes, Jesus was a Jew, but that doesn't make all Jews good people. It's just like some white people are evil, but that doesn't make all white people evil. You know what I mean? So just because Jesus was a Jew doesn't mean that all Jews are good people. You know, and a lot of people are like, well, if you say anything against the Jews or you say anything against Israel, then you're against God, because Israel is this holy nation. Well, let's not forget, in the Bible, the Jews were always flip-floppity-flop. with God. They would rebel against God, and then they'd get punished, and then they'd come back. And then they'd rebel, and then they'd get punished, and then they'd come back. Well, now we're full circle again. Okay, so the other thing that they were talking about in True News was about how not only do the Jews believe that Donald Trump is like this King Cyrus Messiah guy, but that they are talking to these entities, aliens, okay, which are demons. Aliens are demons. I don't care what anybody says. And they are talking to these alien entity demons. This is what a Jewish man wrote in his book. This is what the Jewish people are saying, okay? This isn't just some skeptical thing out of thin air or something that somebody just said. This is in a book that a Jewish man wrote, and I will put a link in the description below. The people talk about the Jewish man in the book and what the book's name is. If you want to look it up, you can. But this Jewish man in this book that he wrote literally saying that they are talking to entities, aliens, and that they are listening to these entities that are telling them to use technology and to somehow combine AI technology with DNA. And in this interview, they were also talking about, well, perhaps maybe this DNA is sort of Nephilim-like. Are there anything? Is there any humans out there that are still Nephilims? And blah blah blah. Now I don't know about all that. And are there Nephilims now? I don't know about all that. But it's very concerning to me when a Jewish man in the Jewish community are listening to demonic alien entities and are going to start worshiping AI technology and trying to interlace DNA with this alien technology. And not only that, they're calling it like the holy snake. Okay? And these are the people that believe Donald Trump is the Messiah. Think about that for a minute. The Jewish people are building the third temple. You know, the temple in Revelation, the one that Revelation talks about, the one that the Antichrist is going to proclaim that he is God. They're building that right now in Jerusalem. Okay, so we need to think about these things when the Jewish community are listening to demonic alien entities to build AI technology and interlace it with DNA. And they believe that Donald Trump is the Messiah. Think about that for a minute.